All right, so go quickly. So guys, we need to get a little bit better about like having what we need to have. So if you don't have 114, if you don't have your math binder and everything that should be in your math binder, you need to go get that stuff. We need our math notes with us. We need our previous handouts with us. We need the homework that's going to be due with us. Hey, Noah, it's concerning you have nothing out, but you are engrossed in your calculator. Noah. So, notice how there's a list of things to have out, and you got none of them out, because calculator's not even on the list. Oh, you got one of them out. You got me. You got one of them.
Wait, you remember my name.
Yeah, but you're going to use that for your cheat sheet, so... Go fast. Yep, just said it. Yep. 114 you should have. 114 should be in your binder. Aha! So then you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. You just come to the teacher when you're absent, and you say, "Hey, I was absent," and you ask her, all of this is classwork. Your practice does not start till back here. Okay, and it was yes and all of it. Right? So because it's 2 days worth of practice. So it was yesterday's homework and today's homework. Okay. Yep. 1.1.4. Yep. So when did you Friday? Yes, because 2 days, right? Always 2 days.
Minerva just reminded me that I also was not.
I don't.
So you need 1.4.
Calculator. I'm just blatantly not listening and using it.
Yes. But we're not turning that one in yet. So guys, also, if I am taking care, I'll wait. If I, we even have extra water bottles in the office. If I am taking care of one of your classmates and an issue for them, please do not interject yourself in the middle and try to take priority, right? We, and all of us, right? Because I see a lot of people who continue to think it's the just me show, right? We will take care of each of you, I promise, but we can't take care of all of you at the same time. So you need out your 114 sheet from yesterday, even though I don't have it up here. My bad, I just forgot to put it up there, but we're going to finish that today, right? We're going to finish working on that, and you probably will even have some class time to work on your practice. I'm going to give you back your 111 here in just a little bit, and we're going to check 112 before we turn it in, exactly as Liam just showed, as he, I think, tried to turn it in and realized, oh, wait, it says we're going to check it. Then turn. There are 2 Liams in our class. You guys got to pick nicknames if you're going to do that. You're going to have to pick a nickname if you're going to do that. All right, so, funny story about your answer key. You don't really need to come to class to get to it. You are able to check your answers without me. Because, and I forget if we talked about this previously or not, you guys good? You don't have to come to class to check your work because I have uploaded all of your answer keys for you, but not just the answers, also how we get to the answers. So, for CC3, 111 was mainly just about you, right? It was write about yourself. So we start with 112, and if you come here and you download the file, you can even get to it differently. You can full screen it. But it's here's your answers to 112. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, think that I'm wrong, this is when we go over this, before you turn it in. My grading should be pretty quick because we check all our answers before we turn it in. What that also means is if you turn in not so great work that you obviously didn't check your answers and didn't change anything while we're sitting here together talking about it, you'll get it back as a check minus and you'll get to revise it. So take this opportunity to ask questions if you have questions. Leah.
So the blank space above that?
You mean the space that says examples from class?
Yeah, was it the one with the 3 blocks?
Yeah, most of us did it on graph paper because we were drawing the squares. So if you did it on graph paper, you don't need anything written there. Guys, I'm never, like, examples from class, we either do it during class or we skipped it, and just, it's never your responsibility, right? It's never outside of class. It's always either in class or it just doesn't happen. Most of the time it'll happen. But if you decide to write on graph paper instead, this might be blank. If you would like to write did on graph paper, if you want to fill this space with something, you can do that. Noah.
If you go down to the 112 and how many tiles will be in figure 100, I kind of went through a different way of doing it. Instead of the addition, I did multiplication, which I did
Like 2 legs of 100.
plus 100. I mean plus 3, adding the already 3 onto that.
Okay. You did the plus 3 instead of the plus 1. Yeah. There are always multiple ways to look at this. But you still got 201, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. So you're still right. Multiple ways to get to Florida.
Plane and car. And
Now, so this is an analogy that I like to use. If we plan a Phoenix trip that we're gonna meet up in Disney, right? One of the first places I went, like, not just the beach, right? To go on a beach vacation, and we all take off to go to Disney. Do you think we would all drive identical routes?
Yes.
Probably not, because there's actually a lot of ways to get to Florida from Ohio, because there's a lot of options. You can either go east and ride down the coast or whatever. But if we all get to Florida, we all get to go on vacation, right? So there are multiple ways to get to Florida.
plane and
Val, you're interrupting right now. There are multiple ways to get to Florida, meaning there are multiple ways to get to the right answer. It's just a little thing that I say. It's just a me thing. Your points here on the graph, depending on how you scaled your graph, right? I scaled with my hundreds out at the ends because I could see that we needed to get to 80, needed to get to 50, 40. So hundreds let me go far enough. Any questions on these sequences here? We had sequences we were having to determine how to get to the next number. Some of you came and worked with me at extensions. Had some light bulb moments of how do we go from 1 to 3? How do we go from 3 to 6? How do we go from 6 to 10? And you start to recognize this is a pattern.
Oh my God.
So this plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, what is the next one? Plus 5 plus 6. So check those out, make sure they're good. If they don't make sense to you, ask. Force me to do my job and explain these things. The magic diamond, or whatever, I don't know why I always call it magic. The diamond problems, as I gave you the reminder diamond, the product goes at the top, the sum goes at the bottom. Right? Are we all good on 14?
Yes.
No. Uh-oh. All right, so there we can see the bottom of 14 and the next ones. And Moss, I think that was actually something you said on your homework, or on your mathography, was about not getting the practice work in a timely manner, and how that should probably be a goal this year to be better and feel a bit more confident. Okay.
Can you walk me through how you got 714?
Yeah, D's awkward, right?
I didn't get
So D
I got that one.
D gives us the sum and a piece of the sum, right? So what we have is 4, and then a half got added with something to make the 4. So we can figure out that what needs added with the half is 3 and 1/2. However, mixed numbers are not as nice as improper fractions. And I know a lot of you probably don't believe me right now, but I will convince you as we go through the year that improper fractions are better. So now when we go to multiply 7 halves times, that should be a 4,
Yeah.
not a 14.
Kind of.
Yeah, you guys are welcome to just be like, hey, I think you're wrong. Sorry, so Caden, if you were you are welcome, and that, Caden, Can you catch?
Alright, so,
For being a smarty.
oh, so close. I almost intercepted it.
First error correction. Now hold up. Now I gotta correct it in my homework to make sure I don't still have that next year. If you catch a mistake of mine, whether on my answer keys or during class, like when now sometimes I do it on purpose to see who's paying attention, but I'll still give you a piece of candy for catching it. So you got to be alive, alert, awake, and ready to catch it. Yeah, what's up? Sorry, let me change this first. Hold on, I'm gonna get distracted.
Is that one on purpose or on
No, I was probably in Greece and distracted. Guys, I took my work on vacation with me, and in the mornings while I was waiting for my family to wake up, I was sitting out on our porch doing math. So occasionally I was distracted by people in big fancy dresses taking pictures and stuff. Yes.
So, for that one, do you know if 7 fourths would be the equivalent?
That is what the answer in the top should be, is 7
1.75.
fourths.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
This
Okay.
should be 7 fourths. Sorry, that's my mistake.
Okay, so 1.75 is equivalent to that, right?
Yes, 1.75 is the equivalent decimal.
I know, I was like,
Yes. And then your quadrants, which are in your math notes, right? Your quadrants are in your math notes. Oh, some of you are done with 113. You're just like half checking this, or 112. You're like half checking this, and you're working on other homework at the same time. That's fine.
Oh, it is sweet.
Like, but we're almost done. So then we're gonna like do our lesson. So then, assuming this is done like it should be, turn it in. If you are frantically trying to copy, please don't think I don't see that. Don't be silly. We just got to get used to getting our homework done on time, so we'll let it slide for a couple days, and then we'll start to get on you. The graph paper didn't go with this homework. Oh, this? Oh, that doesn't matter. Yeah, I know. We did it like together. It's okay. Don't worry that you don't have. Nope, that was from class. Probably, yes. I told you to come back and see me once I bought new candy. And I bought new candy now.
Oh wait, laugh button. You click it, it laughs.
Yes, I know, but again, you are Val. You are so off topic, man. You are making my ADD go like. I need you to do what we need to do. Sit down, bud. Sit down, bud. Nope, you're distracting me, man. You're killing me.
If I just
I am too. Nope, I am too distractible, guys. I got a lesson I gotta teach. Sit down.
I'm just falling into like a lost puppy.
All right, so I cannot turn into Mr. DeGenova. Mr. DeGenova was a high school teacher of ours that we all knew we could probably get him distracted for the first 20 minutes of class. We could probably waste 20 minutes of class if we asked the right questions. I cannot turn into him. I'm like the true story, right? Loved him. He was a great math teacher, but we could have learned a lot more. So like, sorry when I chase you guys away from me, but I got stuff to do, right? We got things we need to take care of. We were in the middle of our lesson yesterday for 114, but before we dive into that, because a couple people have already been absent this year, if you are ever absent, you can go to our Schoology page. We'll deal with Desmos potentially at the end of class today, but if we don't get to it, don't worry about it. Hudson's YouTube videos page. Why it goes to the videos page, hey Noah, you're killing me, man. If you need to like talk and get some things out, go somewhere else. I can't do this, okay? Just fix it. I know you can, just fix it. It goes to the videos page because I disagree with YouTube's algorithm. If you drop in on somebody's home page, it shows you like playlists and like goofy things. And then if you go to uploads, you can find our most recent videos. But it makes more sense for you to just land right here because then our most recent class videos are right here. So yesterday's video about roller coasters, and I don't know, I might get pinged for having somebody else's video in my video. We'll see what happens. Most of the time, nobody pays attention to that. So if you're ever absent, you can get the video there. And then I am working on getting everything, because I edit all of my homeworks through the summer. But then I will very soon. No, maybe it didn't get uploaded yet. So I am getting the PDF versions of our homeworks uploaded so you can print it from home if you need. So if you have a printer at home and if you need to print it, I will have the PDFs of our homeworks. But guys, don't print it if you can get it from me. Like, don't waste your resources at home. Like, come on, your parents already paid their taxes to buy all the school resources. Don't use up your ink at home. That's silly. Okay, we need to go back to our graph from yesterday. No, that was our homework that we already talked about. So we have this. And who can remember the question that we were starting to think about? And I should see everyone's 114 out on their desk. The front of it, though, because we're not working on our homework right now, we should have our table with our data in it. What were we about to try to determine?
Zach, yes or no? No? If,
Yeah.
Sure. We're going to determine if this guy, Yao Ming, would, like, get his hands cut off if we were on the roller coaster.
Yeah, let's use Yao Ming first. Because, so we had Robert Wadlow brought up, and I was kind of mean. I didn't care about him.
Yeah.
So, but in my lesson, the first person we want to talk about is Yao Ming. So I'm actually going to copy this and bring it over to our other slide so we can kind of look at things together. So yeah, 3A. So what's this tell us about Yao Ming? And we probably want to write a couple things on our graph paper, or if you have space. I forget, did I put 28 on your paper? Do you guys have this? Yeah, down at the bottom. So you guys have this. Find the important numbers here. Like, is 2011 the important number? No. And actually, guys, one thing we're going to start to get in the habit of, and I might make little things for your tables to hold highlighters and calculator, and just, I'm debating on building some little things for you guys. But like, when we look at math problems, a lot of times highlighting the important part. You can underline if you don't have a highlighter like out with you right now. But what's the important part? Liam? Shoot. 7 feet 6 inches. Although,
There's one more. 228.6.
yeah, this is better. Why? Noah, why?
Because when it said like the tunnel thingy was 200 centimeters from the chair to the top of the tunnel. Did I say
Yeah, you already said it. Yeah, the measurement they gave us,
it's already in centimeters.
yeah, it was 200 centimeters. Annabelle, Sam, we okay? Okay. So, we need to try to put Yao on our graph, but what are we gonna have to do with our graph? Extend it, right? So, I want you guys to just like kind of visualize with me. We threw this line up here yesterday, but do we agree? So first things first, we talked about when you're born, you have a height, right? But if a person had a 0 height, what would be their reach? 0, right? So presumably, like sometimes we can presume in math, we presumably have a point at 0, 0, right?
Yeah.
If you don't exist, you don't have a height. And then that's weird. So if I'm trying to draw where the other point of this line, I'm gonna have to go like way further to try to see where Yao Ming's gonna be at, right? But is that good?
No.
Why? So Annabelle, why isn't that a good line? It's not. Yeah, it doesn't actually like go through most of the data. So what about like here through my purple point, like through me, like but that's my point. But that's I'm
But
important.
not all of ours.
Oh, but hold on, Colin. What? So since I'm locked on my point and I kind of missed all of yours, what might we call my point? Well, people already. Sorry, I called on Colin, but I don't think people heard. So, you want to say it again? It's an outlier point. So I should probably say, that's Mr. Hudson. He's kind of weird. We said his arms are awkwardly long. So we should probably just care about your guys' data and try to have like an even amount on top and bottom. Right? This, you don't like have to write this down or anything right now. This is what we call, anyone know? There's another name for when we're talking about like a line that does this.
A line?
I know this.
Line is in the name.
Oh,
Lucy.
linear?
Well, I mean, this is linear, so you're not wrong. You're right. But this is what we would call the line of best fit, right? So this is the line that we've drawn based off our data that fits. So Yao Ming is 228.
Looks like your chart isn't big enough.
Looks like our chart isn't big, our graph isn't big enough.
What are you gonna do, Mr.
Now what am I gonna do?
Extend.
Extend it. All right. Now here's where I get to cheat because I have a smart board. Check it.
No cheating.
You would have graph paper, so you kind of get to cheat because you have graph paper. But if I want to extend this, watch. Let's do tick mark, tick mark, tick mark,
And then you're just gonna move it.
tick mark, tick mark.
Wow. Help me.
So now, hold on, help me label this. 160, 180, 200, 220. So I need to keep going, right?
240.
280, 300.
Just go to 200.
Now remember, we're still going to do Robert Wadlow, right? We're still going to look him up.
Oh yeah.
So you should probably keep going.
So actually, do you want to go ahead? Do you know how tall he is already? Okay. So remember, I was going to have you look him up. We'll still have to convert that, but so if we, but guys, we don't. Like, Yao Ming is not here for us to have him sit down and reach up in the air, wave his hands like he just don't care. How could we just predict, right, Adele?
We could take his around his height and then we could just go up until we reach the line, I guess.
Oh, so like 230, right? When you go visit the dentist. 230, 230.
Oh my god.
All right, so 230, and I gotta keep going up.
You have to ring the loud button.
I gotta keep. Oh wait, crap! I'm out in the great blue.
One is done.
Do it again. Extend our axes.
The great blue ocean that is the gradient background.
You can
I love that you just said the gradient background. Because dude, you don't even understand how much effort went into me picking this color of purple and this color of blue. Like, this has been a work in progress for years. Yeah, it's a gradient. It goes from purple to blue. You might be color deficient. I'm not. If you're being serious, you might be color deficient.
All of my friends say that.
10% of males. 10% of males. 1 out of every 10 is color deficient.
What color is
You want
What
It means you don't see colors correctly.
Uh,
All right, so wait,
It means colorblind.
Sam. If you need to go to the restroom, you're welcome to.
I found a typo on that homework.
Oh, that's CPM. That doesn't quite count since that's made by CPM.
Axes instead of axes. Well, you can't.
I think it's correct actually.
Oh.
All right, but hold up. So how tall is our tunnel? 200 centimeters. Would Yao Ming be safe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now here is our final piece of this. Robert Wadlow. Yes.
I did it a different way.
Okay. How?
So like I just found the average of like what you subtracted like when you sat down. So like between me, Soph, and Sam's like the average was to just minus 37 centimeters. So I subtracted 37.
So
228.
that's a really good method.
And I
Like,
got 191.
I love that thinking. Well, let me throw a question back at you. Do you think your body proportions, right, like arm lengths, everything else, are equal to Yao Ming's?
No.
So that's the dangerous part about just
I know
doing a
it's, like, not
subtraction.
perfect,
But did you get close to 180?
I got 191.
Yeah, so that's where your subtraction maybe pushed us a little bit higher. So if Yao fits our line of best fit, right? But if Yao is more like me, it'd be a little bit higher, right? Because my point would actually be a little bit steeper. So I will say the only reason that we shouldn't subtraction here, this is actually the beginnings of us looking at proportional relationships. So if this is proportional, we actually want to use a multiplier, not a subtraction. So,
Can I bring the conversation back to Robert Wadlow?
sure. Robert Wadlow.
Do you want to know how he died?
I mean, probably because
He hit his head
he
on
was
my
like 8
girlfriend.
feet 11 inches.
Do you
Go
want to
ahead.
know how he died?
Sure.
His like body didn't work.
He hit his head on the shower thing. And
No.
it slid.
It's because he was so tall, so like his bones like didn't work, so he had to wear braces on his legs. And one day his brace like cut his ankle, but he didn't know, and it got infected, and he died.
No, because he hit his head
What's
on the door frame.
He died like he could have been so much taller. I bet.
Which I'm just trusting Soph here. I'm just trusting Soph that Robert was 8'11".
You should probably look it up.
But so why I like to complain about things. What was my complaint about how Americans say heights yesterday? Val?
There's no way to compare them to other
Hey, guys.
measurements.
Hey guys, we're like doing a thing up here. Sorry Val, what was that?
There's no way to compare them to like the centimeters, meters, or so on.
Yeah, like we are mixing units. Is there a way I can clean this up and put it into just inches? Do it. At your desk. Do it. If you don't have a calculator, you are welcome to use a calculator anytime you want. Unless I say don't. Excuse me. Yeah, like 8'11". Knit. Put it away. I shouldn't need to tell you this. I don't know if you should keep that in your pocket. That is too much of a temptation.
He's 107 inches.
Wano, so what'd you do to get that?
8 times 12.
I like how you
Now. Hey guys, stay with me for a minute. Then I got a fun thing that we're going to try to do. So we're at 107 inches. I think one of the groups in here converted yesterday from inches to centimeters. Anyone remember that conversion factor, Noah? It is 2.54 is your conversion factor, because that's how many centimeters per inch. So what's that come out to be? Somebody with a calculator, shout it out.
No, 271.78.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I
you're
have
wrong.
as well.
No offense.
Sorry, Isaac. Maybe next time.
Because you don't have a fancy calculator.
Whoa! The fanciness of a calculator does not matter for getting answers.
My calculator was like 10.
Okay,
Fine. See,
so Robert, right? Not Mr. Estes, but Robert Wadlow's way out here at like 270. So if we follow it up
We're gonna have to extend again.
all the way up,
We're gonna have to extend.
whoop,
We're
barely
extending again.
far enough.
Extension, expansion.
Oh man, okay. If you were Robert Wadlow, would you hold your hands up on the coaster?
No.
And not,
I have to
yeah,
double
well,
down.
I don't know about his headshot. Well, if he's sitting, he wouldn't be, if he sits down, he wouldn't be 271, but he might still be like
you have to like double.
dangerous.
They should make a height
Like
restriction of over.
Some coasters actually do have height restrictions. I don't know if there's any at Cedar Point that do, but
Well, I've seen that screenshots.
Chromebooks, get them out. If you don't have one, you got to start to fix that issue.
Speed run.
I'm here. So, tell me why I took your Chromebook. When, and you should have been, you were in a seat. And like everything else. I don't want to babysit. I have zero interest in controlling what you do. Aside from like encouraging you to do math homework. That's like my limit. I really don't want to control you. Okay, don't make me. Okay, get your Chromebook, make good choices. Hooray!
I think I know why you have the top button.
Because my jokes aren't funny?
Yeah.
Schoology. Schoology.
Are we not turning your up yet?
Like what we wrote on for class.
No, like the graph paper that went with the homework.
114. The homework that's not due yet.
No, 112.
There wasn't a graph paper. I think you're talking about the classwork. Chill. You had your couple minutes while everyone was getting stuff out. Now I need your focus. You're going to navigate to Schoology. This is also a good way to check that we have everyone we should in our Schoology class. What's up?
Where's an outlet?
Well, there's a power strip back there, but I really just got to get more power strips. Is what we got to do.
It's a power strip.
Yeah, or you just need to come with your Chromebook charger. You can plug it right there. And just stay right here. Click on the Desmos link, and then, hey, advice. Anytime you're following a link from Schoology, just click it again and leave Schoology. Unless it's like the CPM book or something that like you're fine using in Schoology and you're just happy with that. Otherwise, make it the full web page, right? Ooh, lots of hands up.
I didn't publish it. I think you need to publish it.
I don't believe you, but
It's like
I don't even know the math.
it's published.
maybe just reload the website.
I reloaded the website.
So this is part of why we're getting on Schoology. So you're clicking on the one that says math, and I think it has a bunch of stuff.
Oh, I'm in accelerated 2, and that says 1.
Mine says
Yeah.
You're on the wrong Schoology page for you.
Yeah.
All of us, ours says 2, and yours
Yeah, there
says
are no
1.
materials.
After the 4 numbers, ours says 2, yours says 1.
Yeah.
So somebody at the WEC messed something up.
So either we're on the wrong thing or you're on the wrong
I mean, yes. Like, either, right? Somebody at the WEC has messed something up.
Yeah, we don't have the picture. Like,
Yeah, so guys, so friends, this is why we're doing this. So step back from the ledge, right? No need to be freaking out. You don't even have to get on my Schoology right now. We can go to the Desmos page, like, alternatively. The one issue will be you can't get to the answer keys right now. But these are all of my Schoology pages, all of my classes. Notice how the one you guys are saying you're in isn't there. I'll have to, like, call some people, figure out what happened, and I'll get it fixed. So
So I think I also know one of the issues. It might not be your Schoology page because when you hover over all the other courses, it says the teacher. But when you hover over the math, it doesn't say who your teacher is.
yeah, so I'm gonna have to ask somebody like who populated this group and what happened. But we'll figure that out later because I don't want to click too many buttons because like I am recording. So just go ahead and in your toolbar or in your URL bar, type in desmos.com. Then log in with Google. Always logging in with Google using your school account. Hey, so yeah, sometimes it will. When we are doing things like this, some of you, and I'm not even like walking around the room to like see if it's happening or not. Some of you really like to hop tabs. You think like I can go do what I want for a minute and then come back and do what they ask me and then I do what I want and then come. Don't. Okay? That's how you get lost. So when you're doing something through class, all together, do not have extra tabs open. Do not be jumping around through like other assignments or like a language arts paper. You're doing one thing at a time. And when inevitably someone is multitasking and they miss stuff, like I'm worried some people are right now, you'll come to me and you'll ask and I'll say, oh yeah, I know what happened. You weren't following directions. You were multitasking. So, what we need to do is. Oh, here? No? I have way too many of the same page open. There we go. Your code. Oh, my bad. Student.desmos. So throw a student dot in front of your desmos.com. Just click in front of it, type in student dot, hit enter again. And you will type.
There's a class code thing at the bottom.
This site can't.
There you go. If you're smarter than me, be smarter than me.
Smart.
I am
And
not
then there is an assignment for you to dive into. Student.desmos.com. Student.desmos.com.
I want to.
Are we doing graphic stories?
Yep. Log in with Google. Are we good here, Will? Yeah, the internet's being a little iffy today. Sure, you can chat with each other while you're here. Yeah, go ahead and start the graphic stories. What? I think it's Dan Meyer, like a professional math dude.
There's a lot going on.
I know where that is. I know where that is. Where? That like place slide video.
What is changing as time changes? What's he doing? Wait, what was the sound? Now going. There's a change. There's a change. You got it. There you go. It's the internet's slow.
Alright, okay.
Sometimes
So-
that does, Jamie. I just like step close to somebody. Yeah. What's that? Yep, absolutely. And you guys can work together too. How do you have a bajillion things on here?
How am I supposed to know your
Your
highest?
teacher last year must have been using
Place
this.
the ball to the
Yeah,
ground.
you do the 7th grade activities I do. Like not with you guys, because we're skipping those chapters probably. Alright, so good to know. Liam's finally worked a second ago.
How am
So
I
we'll
supposed to know how high? Probably the
You
leader
can
of the
hit the
website.
X and hit the circle reload if you want. Violet, you can dive on into that. You guys don't have to wait for me. Yep. You guys can go ahead and start. You can talk with each other while you're working on it. Yeah. What's up, Mossy?
So,
So,
he's going up, right? So, how are we supposed to know how high?
you're just approximating. Yeah, you're just approximating. Now, if you want to be real scientific, you could be like those people on the internet, and they're like, well, based off a standard staircase and a standard. You know, have you ever seen those guys that are like, well, there's a brick behind you, and your cell phone is probably this tall, and because people will be like, how tall am I? And they get it super accurate. It's all proportional reasoning.
Hold a second.
Oh, okay. So as long as you're not listening to like music, there is no sound necessary. Like any sound on the video is unnecessary. You do not need headphones. Yes. I cannot control that. Yeah, sorry. It's left over from your previous teachers because you're still connected to them. So what they would need to do is delete their classes or like archive them. So maybe I'll see if my boss can send out a little email saying archive your old business classes. Yeah.
He sits on the slide.
Up to you guys. I mean, well, so if we restart the video, how tall is a normal person? Like 5'6", right? So that platform is definitely taller than he is. Probably like more like 7. Because he stood next to
I
Yes.
must be precise.
Okay.
Well, what's happening when you click play?
The guy goes up the
Wait,
slide.
he does what?
She goes up the slide.
It says watch and answer.
He goes up the slide and then.
He goes down.
Minerva.
So how would we graph that? I need you to make sure everything is in the clips of your binder. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and tell you because I feel like it'll be mean if I don't. There will be a binder check of your math binder, and I am not going to tell you when. But if you are already getting out of organized in your math binder, fix it because it's going to be a grade. You're also going to have a master binder check, like your big binder. That check will be through social studies with Mrs. Pettigrew. So clip your papers where they go. Oh, I forgot. This is one of those times when I've got the power. I am shutting you down. No. And that's why I'm going to turn it off so you guys all... Boom. So now nobody can keep
My
working.
activity has been paused.
Clip your papers in your binder. 114 is due tomorrow. 1-1. You don't have a next homework yet, right? So there's nothing due on. Well, no, wait, no, my bad. 114 is due Friday. My bad.
I was about
My bad. I don't know what day it is. I don't know what day it is.
Miss Howard had a meeting today.
No, because you just turned in 112, and your next homework was 114. So yeah, you get a little day of break, and I get a little day of break to catch up on my grading.
That's like the third time someone has caught your mistake.
Yeah, if it's talking about what day it is, that's a common mistake for me.